You know who went too far? Hickory Sticks have gone too far.
Woo! Woo! My name is Eddie Lam. You may have seen me on TikTok doing live streams playing piano. I've also been known for providing music lessons on TikTok during the pandemic, so that was some of the most fun times I've ever had. But when I'm not streaming on social media, I am playing in a few bands, one of them being Cry of Silence. We're an all-Asian heavy rock band. I play in 2 cover bands as well, so we got the Naturals, and then we also got the Eddie Lam All-Star Band.
In addition to the music stuff, you've got a podcast. Tell us a little bit about the podcast. How'd that start?
It's called the Eddie Lam Show. I want to do a podcast where we can interview specifically both musicians and also online content creators. You know, with myself being a musician, but also the guy who goes on social media, whether it be YouTube or TikTok. I want to do the same thing to get to know all those people in those communities as well. I've had some American guests. I had a guest from the UK. Nice. And my latest guest actually around this time in early June of 2025, she is from Tennessee. So it's really cool with meeting all these different kinds of creators that brings so much to the table.
In Vancouver, again, aside from the music stuff, we'll get there. But yeah. You also function as kind of this God, what are those called? Hold on, we'll remake this in a second. Switchboard. You kind of act. You kind of act as a bit of a switchboard sometimes for. You host all these open mic nights and karaoke nights. Love the Lamb Jam title. Fantastic.
Thanks.
We were so bummed we couldn't make it to that. We love that. But how did that come about?
I've been in the scene for a very, very, very long time. Maybe before some folks were even born here. Okay. But I will tell you this, hosting open mic was something I've never done. I've hosted so many different shows, and like you were mentioning, right, like live band karaoke night, piano karaoke night, you know, which involves people to come up and, you know, take part musically too, right? But I've never hosted anything where we can allow singer-songwriters to do their thing. Or if you want to do covers, that's totally fine. But it didn't cross me until the last couple of years, I started going back to open mics again. Right, and this is kind of another one of those post-COVID things where, you know, like I used to go to a lot of open mics pre-COVID, but then I started doing more shows. Lockdown season happened, go back to the music scene again after a year plus when live music happened again, and a lot of people started going to open mics, and I started going back there, met a whole new crew of people. Like, it's like a TV show when you have new cast of characters. It's kind of like that, right? So it's like the season 10 characters or something like that. Yeah. But and these are great people too. Like, great addition to the show, right? So I decided, heck, you know what? Everyone's doing these open mics, and you know, it needs to come back. But I want to do something very unique. So I decided to have an open mic night where it's not at a pub or a cafe, right? Because I figured, well, you know, those are fine places, but then what if people want to do a serious song, but then the barista's turning on the blender in the background, right?
That's always the issue.
Right? Or, you know, you're doing the coolest song ever at a pub, but everyone's watching a hockey game and they're, you know, they're not paying attention, right? So I decided to have it at my buddy's music school, Pleasant Mountain Music, which is on West Broadway in Granville. Great space, and they allowed me to have it there, and I figured, you know what, I want this to be a place where you not just have experienced musicians, but students can come too. And not only that, why not, instead of just a guitar and you know, ukulele, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, right? But we always try to advertise and encourage even, say, trumpet players, saxophone players, hopefully one day a tuba player can come and, you know, right, and do their thing too, right? And so with Lamb Jam, I called it Lamb Jam just because, you know, because my last name, right?
Why not?
But even on the jam part, like, people can come up and do their thing, but if people want to jam along with them, they can, as long as you're permitted, right? So that's the fun part about it, and we've had some really fun jams. It's really cool.
Nice, man. That's perfect. I would say perfect. I'd say it's something.
It's fine.
The fish vomiting with the 5 notches in its head?
This guy?
That's the guy.
It's all vomiting. I was like, 5 notches.
I'm not
Oh, there
actually
you go.
sure that he is vomiting.
I thought you were gonna say that. I'm not even sure if that's 5 notches.
I'm pretty sure that's 5 notches.
Don't worry, bro. You're right.
Tallies, right?
Now you're messing it up, bro.
Okay.
You had it right. You blew it.
I think we've danced around it enough. We should probably talk about Cry of Silence at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Let's start at the beginning. The style of music and I guess the personality of the band, is that just all kind of you? And then you're bringing people together around you?
Well, that's the thing, because initially it is mainly my project, right? But then as years went by, because I had a few different lineups in the beginning stage of it, but then in the 2010s, we had a very solid lineup from there. And these guys are still my bandmates today. So we got my drummer, whose name is also Ed.
Yeah, Eddie and Ed.
Yeah, Eddie and Ed, right? We just need another Ed to do Ed and Eddie, right? Dude, I love that show. Right? And then we also got Isaac, our lead guitar player, and he's also our co-songwriter as well. So he brought so much to the table, and so now I feel like ever since that era began, it's been more of a team effort. Right, yeah. And it's just been incredible. So now, like, of course, we had our first album, and then we had our another EP after that in 2018. Lockdown happened, but at least we were able to release singles during that time. So it was so funny self-producing our stuff too, like recording from home. So it's like, well, if we're gonna be in lockdown mode, we may as well learn how to record ourselves. So
you gotta.
Yeah, you have to, because I figured that it's the way to create that momentum.
Yeah.
And so we just did that. So we released a few different singles, and actually we released one cover on our YouTube channel. We did a cover of Sunglasses at Night.
Oh,
yeah. Or a nice rock version of that, right? So it was so funny because by coincidence, our bassist at the time, Dan, he wanted to get experience on photography. So we did a photo shoot of ourselves like back in like 2014 probably, and by coincidence, two of our members, Ed and Isaac, they had sunglasses on during that whole thing.
Beautiful.
So the picture that you see on the YouTube video is a picture of Isaac and Ed wearing sunglasses. So I'm like, these pictures are so perfect for this. So I was so glad we covered that song. And then we did a few other singles after that. Latest one was 2023. But now, 2025, we got one coming up on June 8th, and we have a release date for the lyric video, which is going to be June 8th, Sunday, and then we're going to release it on streaming platforms right after that, shortly after. But we wanted to make it. We did the same thing of what we did with our 2023 single TVA. So we did a live stream get together on Instagram, right? So we get people to come on, join in on our channel, and then just watch it together. It's like as if we're all watching it together in the same living room. It's just that the reason why I do live stream is because some of my American followers who follow me on TikTok, right? They want in on it too.
Yeah.
So why not, besides our Vancouver friends, get together with our American friends and other international followers and just watch this whole thing together and enjoy it. And we're gonna do the same thing again on Sunday. So I'm really hyped about it, and it's cool because we even hired someone to do the artwork for us. And this guy is super talented as well. He's one of our followers for quite some time, and the way he did his artwork is just astronomically insane.
What is Cheers and Champs?
Okay, so Cheers and Champs is, believe it or not, the theme to my current podcast, The Eddie Lam Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But there is a story behind this too. So a long time ago, and again, this is going to date me a bit. So back in 2008, 2009-ish, so CBC had the contest for the next theme for Hockey Night in Canada.
I remember.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Ian also remembers.
Yes, everyone remembers that, and that was a very sad story to lose our original staple of theme songs, right?
Kind of twisted.
Very
dystopian capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, for Canadians, what's the other theme song we're proud of? Franklin. the Franklin theme song.
Wait, like Frank, like the
Hey, it's Franklin.
the turtle? Wait,
Yeah.
is that Canadian?
Yeah, actually, you know who wrote that? Bruce Coburn, the Canadian songwriter.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Bruce. Apparently, it's a hit for Ian.
Whoa! He's the one that wrote "Lovers in a Dangerous Time," which is one of the main songs I like covering constantly, which was also covered by Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, okay.
But Bruce Coburn is like this, Canadian singer-songwriter, wrote a lot of hit songs back in the 70s and 80s, but he also wrote the theme to Franklin. And I was just like, wow, this is Canadian, right? And we're so proud of it. But that, aside the point though, but Hockey Night in Canada, like the one that we all know, we're all so proud of it, right? But to lose that, it's a big kick in the gut for us.
Yeah.
But then they were holding the contest on CBC saying, well, we're looking for the next anthem. You guys are open to compose whatever you want, submit it to us, and we'll pick the top 4 or whatever. So here I decided, okay, I'm going to compose something, maybe, something exciting and instrumental. So the version you hear is something I've made just a couple of years ago, right? So that's kind of re-recorded. But the original version, it sounded a bit more, what's the word? A little bit more ghetto. That's the right word for it, right? So it sounds like you're playing like one of those like Super NES video games or those old school arcade games. Like it could be on Street Fighter basically, like in 1992. So that's how the original version would sound. So I decided to take that. And I figured, okay, well, why not re-record this? And I can make it as the theme to my podcast. So I decided to give it that special treatment with all the years of experience now, being able to use different instrumentations from my recording software. It sounds way more realistic now, right? And then I even used it for one of my other friends' YouTube video that he wanted to make for a comedy. So it's sports related too. So I just brought him that. And the rest is all history. So what you're hearing now, Cheers and Champs, it could have been the theme to Hockey Night in Canada, but it's now the theme to the Eddie Lam Show podcast.
I wish it was the theme to Hockey Night in Canada.
Nice.
I hate the cop-out of just like, we're getting a new theme, and it's like, they were shooting for the same theme again.
I know. What was it? It goes da 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 da. We can't judge it now because the decision's been made 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's a little late. Eddie, anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, please check out my website at eddielammusic.ca. That is EDDIELAM music.ca. And of course, you can follow my band Cry of Silence on our website, cryofsilencemusic.com. And make sure you follow us on all our socials. And of course, on my end, follow me on TikTok.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Somebody's plugged themselves before.
Yeah.
He's got the
Too many
spellings
times,
and everything.